The BMW Neue Klasse is here, which promises a stylistic design and an all-electric future. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rise. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video where BMW is reinventing itself with the all-electric Vision Neue Klasse X. Now, Neue Klasse in German stands for New Class, and this previews the first SUV to wear the Neue Klasse moniker. Now, the first batch of these iX3 size cars will go into production in 2025, joining the production version of the Vision Neue Klasse sedan preview last year. Now, as with the original Vision Neue Klasse, the Neue Klasse X's design gives us a reasonable good idea of what to expect from the production car. Now, the X is the second of the 6 EVs that will ride on the Neue Klasse platform, all slated to be launched between 2025 and 2027. Now, while BMW would like all of us to focus on what the iX3 replacement represents for the brand, there's no getting around the styling. The company itself describes the design language as being pared down, which may be proof for designers that they finally heard the public pleas to create something a bit less, well, grill heavy. Now, the Vision Neue Klasse X features a thin kidney grille setup up front, highly reminiscent of the classic BMWs like the 2002 and on, and of course the original Neue Klasse sedan from the 60s. Now, it's not all retro goodness though. The grills naturally light up, as is par for the course these days with BMWs. Now, look closely and you'll see those kidney grills have been hollowed out with a melon baller, deeply sculpted, and the lights themselves follow the trend by the Neue Klasse sedan, ditching the circles or square circles and instead getting vertical LEDs. BMW speaks of the EV platform offering their designers the opportunity to embrace the classic BMW proportions. And while it's hard to understand why ICEs restricted such choices in the past, it's clear to see that the Neue Klasse X tries to maintain the lower beltline and shark nose aesthetics that impressed us when we first saw the stylistic direction. Now, that said, it translates less convincingly into an SUV or an SAV, sports activity vehicle as BMW calls it, than a sedan, but nevertheless, that inclusion of the panoramic sunroof and a very low beltline makes it look like an airy and future-forward experience. Now, the shape is also 20% more aerodynamic than the outgoing X models, while the new tire and brake designs are quoted as contributing towards a 25% increase in efficiency, where the rear features distinctive taillights following on from the Neue Klasse sedan, which included 3D printed units spread over several levels in a design that showed depth. Now, naturally being a concept, there's no official word on what kind of drivetrain or range figures the Neue Klasse X will be able to achieve. However, it has been confirmed to utilize BMW's 6th generation eDrive tech, which promises a 30% improvement in range and similar gains in charging speed, along with round battery cells that are more energy dense. It'll ride on an 800-volt architecture for rapid charging capability. Now, rather than highlighting the backbone of the technology, the X sheds light on how BMW's new range of EVs will be controlled with a new chassis and drive units set to offer superior driving experience tailored to users' individual needs. Now, BMW has developed 4 new control units in-house, and I say 4 new control units, but the company calls them super brains because they apparently have up to 10 times the computing power. Now, included are separate brains for the powertrain and autonomous driving, and the Neue Klasse X confirms once again the depth of the iDrive controller. Instead, the steering wheel mounted buttons interact with BMW's panoramic vision and the central display. Now, the steering wheel, dubbed the High-Person X wheel, features a control dedicated to adjusting how the Neue Klasse X sounds, like what artificial noises are pumped into the cabin, which can be adjusted on the fly. Now, keeping inside, the Vision Neue Klasse X's interior incorporates a new plant-based material that has been sustainably developed and is free from petroleum. There's also plenty of recycled marine plastics to be found, with discarded fishing nets making up to 30% of the interior plastic content. Meanwhile, Panoramic Vision takes traditional infotainment a step further. It projects information at a height perfectly matched to the driver across the entire width of the windscreen. In driving situations, the BMW 3D head-up display displays information such as assisted driving or traffic guidance. Now, the production version of the Neue Klasse X, which will be very likely to become the 2nd generation iX3, will roll out at BMW's Hungary plant next year. Meanwhile, reports indicate that BMW will keep the ICE-powered X3 around for another generation as a separate model from the iX3 Neue Klasse X. Now, the fossil fuel powered car is expected to go into production in the 3rd quarter of 2024 and has already been spy tested. Now, unlike the current lineup of the X3 and iX3, the new generations will be better differentiated by virtue of the Neue Klasse X platform taking over the underpinning of the new EV, making the two models more distinct from each other. So with that said, what do you guys think about the Neue Klasse X, the new design language going back to retro BMWs with a modern twist? Drop those comments down below, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.